Will Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss reunite maybe in the Firefly funhouse again? It was really fun watching the story develop as Alexa Bliss joined the Fiend, and we watched this power couple absolutely dominate everyone, and a new character in Alexa Bliss develop. More importantly, it answered the question, will or can people join Bray Wyatt in the Firefly funhouse? If it doesn't happen with Alexa Bliss again, the potential of other people joining is now a thing that we could maybe look forward to. But will Bray and Alexa reunite? Now, we don't know the reason why Bray and Alexa split in the first place. There's a lot of rumours out there that they wasn't supposed to split when they did. We know Bray Wyatt, for whatever reason, has had a lot of time off of WWE this year. And maybe that was the catalyst for WWE to say, okay, we want this story to continue with Alexa Bliss, so we're going to have to reinvent her, and we are going to have to split you because you're not going to be here for the foreseeable future. I think most of us agree that the stuff between Alexa and Randy Orton, while it was good, did seem long and drawn out. That could be because at the time WWE didn't know where this was going with Alexa Bliss, if Bray was going to return, if Bray wasn't going to return, maybe. Recently on Raw, we've watched the Lilylution become a thing. This is very much cool because this is not supernatural. This is Alexa Bliss using the Lily doll to get into her opponent's head. Very similarly to the way Bray Wyatt uses the Firefly Funhouse puppets. This could be WWE toning Alexa Bliss down for the live fans, but it could also be the way to bring them back together because you start to make their stories draw level and actually be the same again. Seeing the power couple as a team is something we were kind of rubbed off in WWE. We kind of really wanted to see like a mixed tag with Bray and Alexa, the Fiend and Alexa Bliss, and it just never happened. Well, it could potentially happen. There's a lot of reports and rumours that Scarlett Bordeaux will join Karrion Kross on the main roster, and when and if that happens, there is a really big opportunity to have the Fiend and Alexa versus Kross and Scarlett, and I think most fans would be desperate to see that happen. It's just cool, and I think it's potentially something WWE could do. You could have Alexa face Scarlett and lose, Bray faces Kross and lose, until they both realise that they need each other to beat the opposing team, and then you get the Fiend and Alexa Bliss reunite and dominate. We kind of did get the tease that we could get a mixed tag with Zelina Vega and Andrade. Obviously, Andrade's no longer in WWE. Zelina Vega's on a completely different brand at the moment, definitely not managing anyone. So it's possible that WWE have thought about this mixed tag scenario before. However, we must remember that the WWE draft is coming up really soon. And there's also a lot of rumours that Bray Wyatt could be heading to Friday Night SmackDown. And in fairness, that may not be a bad thing. Right now, there are potentially more stories and more feuds for Bray Wyatt on SmackDown than Raw. But we don't know what the locker room will look like for Raw or SmackDown following the draft. They could move some of those people that we want Bray Wyatt to face to Monday nights, and it might make sense then for Bray to also stay on Raw. Alexa's Playground is also another time we have to consider. Alexa told us that the Playground was created by the Fiend. So if this was the Fiend's creation, if this is the Fiend's property, how and why is Alexa Bliss still able to use the Alexa's Playground? She turned her back on the Fiend. Surely the Fiend would have kicked her out by now if he didn't like her and didn't want her to be a part of his world. Unless the evil really is Alexa Bliss's and she has taken the power of the Fiend. We don't know yet what incarnation of Bray Wyatt will return to WWE. It could be Cult Leader, Funhouse, Fiend, or something brand new. I just hope that WWE start to use Alexa Bliss better, whether they reunite her with Bray Wyatt or not. And although the feud with Eva Marie and Doudrop does have kind of potential, I really don't think it's entertaining. I don't think most of the core audience are going, yay, this is exciting. There is other options for WWE right now. Why they're not playing off the story of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross's tag team, now both completely changing their characters into a feud. This would be the perfect storytelling. The evil Alexa Bliss versus the superhero Nikki Cross. It literally writes itself. Come on, WWE. Although we did see on Raw a picture of a puppet behind Nikki Cross, and this has led a lot of people speculating once again that maybe it's possible Bray is watching Nikki, and Nikki could join the Funhouse, and Bray could use Nikki to get revenge on Alexa Bliss for what Alexa Bliss did to him at WrestleMania. I think in front of a live audience, it's very unlikely we're going to see the Fiend versus Alexa Bliss. So getting a recruit to do it for you could be the option. Just imagine if the Fiend actually gave Nikki Ash superhero powers. That would be kind of cool. There's also the relationship between the Fiend and Alexa. We obviously saw this relationship develop to a point where the Fiend was super protective of Alexa Bliss. Why? Obviously they were friends, but this seemed to go beyond. And we have on the channel before theorized the fact that maybe the Fiend used Alexa Bliss as a vessel. Maybe Lily could be the Fiend's daughter, the spawn of the Fiend. And they've sort of teased that a few times, calling Alexa the spawn of the Fiend. Obviously we theorized that she was Lily at one point. So the fact that that's possible is a way to tie them back together. If Lily is the daughter of the Fiend, or the soul of the daughter of the Fiend is inside the Lily doll, maybe you could tie that back in with she doesn't like the Fiend, she just doesn't like her father, kind of like Charlotte doesn't like Rick, but ultimately they love each other and they have mutual respect, and maybe that dominant couple could come together once again and rule over WWE. Will they reunite? I don't think so. I kind of feel like they'd be teasing it a little bit. I don't think it's long till Bray returns, so I think the teases would be there now already by Alexa Bliss, and they would kind of try to settle people down and kind of hint that it's going to happen. The fact they haven't done that yet kind of indicates to me that it won't. I also, as I said, don't think we're going to get the Fiend versus Alexa. I think in front of a live audience, intergender wrestling like that will not happen. And I don't think they're in a rush to do any kind of cinematic matches anytime soon. So I think we should park that idea. But it's really interesting conversation. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Make sure you please like the video. Share the video so your friends can find it and come and have their say. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and consider turning on post notifications. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at CWrestlingUK. And I'll see you as always next time.